believe they last saw her in August or September of 2009. Kathryn Norris was never reported missing.
It just disappeared all of a sudden. Water got turned off, this got turned off, and nobody knew where she was at.
Holly Cook said no one in this neighborhood had a close relationship with 57-year-old Kathryn Norris. Frankly, they said she wasn't very nice, though some made exceptions because they say she had mental health issues. Larry Sharman says Norris told him she was bipolar.
I've heard her screaming and over nothing, you know, the bushes out there between the two houses.
In March, Sheriff's Department records show a deputy made a well-being check at the request of her ex-husband in South Carolina. He'd been contacted by her mortgage company. And in the notes, deputies were told Norris was manic-depressive and self-medicated. Another check was done in April at the request of neighbors, but investigators say though the property was in disarray, the home had not been broken into, there were no ominous flies around the windows, no unusual smell. Then yesterday, a new owner checking the place out found skeletal remains in the passenger seat of a car registered to Ms. Norris, the body in a dress.
It sickened me. As soon as I found out about it, it sickened me. I mean, everybody in this neighborhood that knew her was sick.
Her ex-husband told me by phone they'd been divorced 20 years, not a pleasant parting. They last spoke by phone 2 years ago. He said she had little or no contact with relatives in another state. Neighbors described Norris as odd, paranoid. She had cameras around the home and rarely came out. But if it is she, dead for perhaps more than a year, how troubling.
She seemed like she was a little strange, but pleasant, you know.
Yeah, nice.
So it's just sad. It's just sad to have that happen.
Truly it is. Now, you get the impression from investigators they don't believe the death in that garage is the result of a crime, although they aren't saying that certainly yet. And neighbors say they were told the house was not in any kind of disarray. Still, how did the person found in that garage die? And why did it take so long for anyone to find her? That's still unclear. Reporting live in Cape Canaveral, Brevard County, Claire Metz, West 2 News.
So many questions. Claire, thanks. Our team coverage continues now with West 2's Greg Fox. And Greg, what happened to Kathryn Norris's home after she disappeared more than a year ago?
Well, since her mortgage went unpaid for 6 months, it fell into foreclosure. And that process began in February of this year and ended just days ago with the sale of her house for $68,000. But we reviewed the court records in the case, and they reveal shoddy work that may bring punishment from the Attorney General's office on several firms.
While investigators try to determine how the woman believed to be Kathryn Norris died, court records paint a muddy picture of a foreclosure case that moved quickly with little regard to what may have happened to Norris.
It's the typical sloppiness we see when it comes to service a process.
Matt Englert is an attorney who represents homeowners in foreclosure cases. He and I reviewed the documents that have a number of irregularities. For example, a company called Provest, working for Florida Default Law Group, submitted what's called an affidavit of diligent search and inquiry. But how diligent could it be? Under driver license records, no current record found for Kathryn Norris. Under motor vehicle records, no record found for a registered vehicle. But the car in Norris's garage is hers, according to authorities.
Was it Kathryn Norris's car? Yes, registered to her, yes.
Now look at the invoice from Provest. It charged more than $854 for its research, including billing for trying to reach not one, but 2 tenants. Problem is, Norris lived alone. The Attorney General's office is investigating complaints against Florida Default Law Group for presenting false and misleading documents, and Provest for questionable billing practices in foreclosure cases. Much of those complaints have to do with billing for work that may never have been done.
Judges have allowed these attorneys and these banks to skate and skirt around the process, and that's why we're experiencing these problems.
If the law firm and the process serving company are found to have violated the rules, the Attorney General's office could impose civil penalties, including fines. The law firm has yet to return my call, but a spokesman for the process serving company did, and he issued a statement that in part reads, Provest provides timely, reliable, accurate foreclosure support services. Jim?
Greg, thanks. West News crews continue to uncover new details in this case. Look for updates on air and online at WESH.com.
Late breaking tonight, it's the